It has been 20 years since Jennifer Kesse vanished in Orlando. But this case isn't cold. Investigators say it's actually heating up. New DNA evidence, new technology, and renewed focus are giving her family something they haven't had in a long time: hope.
Investigators still think the grainy surveillance video could be the key to this case. But as Fox 35's Garrett Weimer explains, the focus is no longer on the person's face.
January 23rd, 2006, the last time anyone saw or heard from Jennifer Kesse. The 24-year-old went about her day like normal. But the next day was anything but.
I think everything in life changed. Everything.
The following morning, Jennifer left her Orlando condo for work and never arrived. The 24-year-old disappeared without a trace, setting off one of Central Florida's most haunting mysteries.
The luckiest person,
Luckiest
criminal alive to have footage parking her car, backing out, parking it meticulously, wiping the car down, 32 seconds, and he walks away.
Today, 20 years later, Jennifer Kesse's case remains open, and her family says they're still hoping someone, somewhere, will finally come forward.
That is crazy. They got footage of the killer parking her car and then wiping it down to get rid of fingerprints.
We're with incredible special agents right now. They're incredible. They're doing
what should have been done.
Stuff we don't even think of.
Yeah.
So, so we're in a good place.
With new eyes on the case and new technology too, the Kesses are hoping for new answers. FDLE has taken over the case and says it's no longer cold. Thanks to new DNA evidence, they have new persons of interest. And they could have more. They're using AI to zoom into this piece of video. A surveillance clip showing a potential suspect walking along a fence after parking her car. But the person's face is covered by every gatepost. The person's ear, though, could be the key now.
That everything was truly done. That's possible to be done, even in today's advanced world. Like we're using AI right now. They are using AI right now. We're hoping that's the breakthrough, to be quite honest with you, both in film as well as just the volume of information that it could take in and spit out.
Now, do I think AI can pull something off? Probably. My question is, can it be held up in court? That's the main thing, because once you find a criminal, you got a suspect, unless he admits to it, and if you got to go to trial, you have to be able to use that evidence in court to lead people. This is how you found him. And they're trying to say, I'm assuming they're trying to do like an ear fingerprint, stuff that you only see on TV shows where they're going to try to match the ear to someone else just based on visual AI visuals. It's a crazy situation. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think it can be held up in court? Let's go over to this next video, see if it tells us anything.
And now our big story at 5:30. It's been 2 decades since Jennifer Kesse vanished right here in Orlando. For a lot of people, it's a name that rings a bell from the headlines years ago. But for her family and friends, the search for answers has never stopped. They have to live day to day with so many unanswered questions.
And tonight, Fox 35's Garrett Weimer is sitting down with the Kesses about life since January 24th, 2006.
A lot has changed in 20 years. In 2006, the iPhone didn't exist. Twitter didn't exist. And on January 23rd, 2006, Jennifer Kesse was still here.
I remember I was at the Staples store printing information because I was going to be presenting a seminar for nurses and social workers.
But on January 24th, all of that changed.
So it was 10:15, 10:20 in the morning, and a friend of mine called that worked with Jennifer and said, Jen didn't show up today. Is everything okay? It's unlike her.
That phone call set off days of searching that turned into months and then years.
We created Jennifer.
Our love is like
you don't walk away from that.
Jennifer Kesse would be 44 years old today. Her parents say every milestone, birthdays, holidays, even ordinary days, all a reminder of what's missing.
We have 2 granddaughters. They have helped fill the hole somewhat. But it's still, every day is a challenge.
They've learned how to live with uncertainty, but not how to accept it.
Some days, I'm completely comfortable talking about Jen, and other days, like I can't because I'm just too raw.
Jennifer's disappearance didn't just change one family, it reshaped how they see time, trust, and hope.
So for the first 10 years, we had holes in our hearts that were filled with the arrival of our first granddaughter. Not completely, but it is kind of warming that they remind us of Jen,
Oh, yeah.
and they've never met her.
Even now, the case is never far from their lives. They follow every tip, every update, every new piece of technology that could someday help.
You say you're still getting tips.
Oh, we get tips every Yeah, absolutely. I got a tip yesterday.
For Jennifer's parents, moving forward doesn't mean moving on.
Finding Jennifer is the most important goal that we have.
They say
Now, this is a horrible situation. Now, my question is, we're finished with this video. We'll go over to the AI breakdown. But my question is, at what point do you, because if we're being honest, at what point do you stop looking for a lie? Like, you stop thinking of them as just being alive and gone, but you actually start to think that, oh, they're possibly gone, and they died a long time ago. It's 20 years. Let's go over into the AI breakdown to see if they tell us anything else. So as they talked about in the disappearance of Jennifer, a case that has been cold case for 2 decades. So the new DNA evidence in the late 2025, investigators identified new DNA evidence that had significantly narrowed the pool of potential suspects. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now using advanced genome sequencing and forensic genetic genealogy to examine material collected from original crime scene. And then they also use AI and enhanced imagery, and they're analyzing 20-year-old records and attempting to enhance a grainy surveillance footage, including the infamous video of the person of interest parking her car, walking away, whose face was previously obscured by a fence. AI does a lot of crazy things, but at the end of the day, can it hold up? That's the main question I have. Can it hold up? The case is no longer considered cold due to the developments, and the family, who gained access to the full police file in 2019 following a lawsuit, continues to work closely with the FDLE and private investigators to find her remains. So, okay, it looks like they are considering it, looking for her remains. What kind of, they said considered cold to the 2019. What is the 2019 lawsuits? I'm assuming they weren't giving them enough information or holding it back too much. So in 2019, the family settled a landmark civil lawsuit against the Orlando Police Department to gain full access to the investigation records of their 2006 disappearance of their daughter. This move was considered unprecedented as it effectively transitioned a major missing persons case from public law enforcement to private investigators. So the settlement granted the family more than 16,000 pages of investigation files and roughly 67 hours of video and audio footage. Previously, the OPD had refused to release them, citing the case as an active investigation. The family agreed to pay $18,000 to the city to cover the cost of reviewing, redacting, and producing the massive volume of material. So they still had to pay for it. As a part of the agreement, the OPD officially ceased leading the investigation, allowing the family private investigative team to take over the primary search effort. That's crazy. As a government agreement, the OPD officially ceased. We already seen that. So Drew and Joyce filed the lawsuit in late 2018 after becoming frustrated by the lack of progress. They argued the case had been stagnated since 2012 and that the fresh set of eyes was necessary to find their daughter. I mean, 20 years? That was so. In 2012, they said they got frustrated and started going cold in 2012, stagnant in 2012. That's 6 years. And they finally filed a lawsuit another 6 years later. It's a crazy situation no matter how you look at it. And of course, the family's going to want to do as much as they can, paying that little money to get full access so they can hire a private detective to go over everything else. Not surprised. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you think that this AI imagery and will be able to hold them in court if that's what they use to find them and not DNA? It's a crazy situation, but we got to review the world together. We have to review the world together. Remember, drink y'all water, y'all.